What's going on, everybody, and welcome to this PowerPoint presentation. In this PowerPoint, I'm going to be going over how you can sit there and choose your currency pair. And let's jump straight into it. So the first step in choosing your currency pair is to figure out what time works best for you. As you should know, the Forex market is open 24 hours in a day. And within those 24 hours, there are 4 different market sessions that provide different types of volatility for you to trade within. So the first session and the most volatile session that most traders do trade is the New York session. The New York session opens at 9 a.m. and closes at 5 p.m. And the main currency pairs that are traded within this time are the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, or USD and CAD pairs. Thing about the New York session is you can also see a spike in volatility pre-New York session, which is around like 8 a.m. So if this is the session that you would be interested in trading, be on the lookout for that. The second session and second most volatile session is the London session. This is the session that I primarily trade. This session opens at 3 a.m. and closes at 12 p.m. And GBP and Euro pairs are traded during this time. And similar to the New York session, you can see a spike in volatility pre-session, which is around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., where you can sit there and see the buildup of volatility before the true session does start. The third session is the Sydney session. This session is very low volume, and a lot of people do not trade it simply because of the time that it opens. It opens at 5 p.m. and closes at 1 a.m. And at 5 p.m. is the open of a new trading day in the Forex market. So every day at 5 p.m., there's a new daily close and a new daily candle open. And that's when the Forex market resets. And that is when you can experience high spreads and low volatility. And a lot of people just stay away from Sydney session for that reason. But if you were to sit there and execute a trade anytime past, say, 7 or 6 p.m., you can trade all the NZD pairs. Hopefully spread will be low enough for you to execute a position. And the fourth and final session is the Tokyo session. This session opens at 7 p.m. and closes at 4 a.m. And JPY pairs are primarily traded during this time. This session has a little more volatility than the Sydney session. So a lot more traders do prefer trading Tokyo session rather than Sydney session. And the thing about the Tokyo session is that it is kind of like the build up into London session. So as you see, all these sessions kind of like flow within each other, and even some sessions even cross times with each other. And during these cross times, you can see different surges in volatility that you may be able to take advantage of. Another thing about these sessions is that you just really want to try to focus on these first 2 sessions, the New York session and the London session. These are the most volatile times in the markets are. So if you are able to sit here and be up, give up a couple hours of sleep to sit here and participate within these sessions, I promise you will see a great reward for doing so. So once you figure out what time works best for you, you can then begin to start looking for the currency pairs that fit within your time frame. So these are just some beginner pairs that will allow you to train your eyes to price action. These pairs have slow market movement, and they allow you to practice identifying simple market structure. Pairs like the AUD USD, the GBP USD, and the Euro GBP are 3 currency pairs that I feel like are great for beginners. They're slow, but not too slow where you're getting bored, but they provide nice volatility, simple volatility, and they allow you to begin training your eyes to the overall price action and market structure. AUD USD is it's kind of like big on support and resistance and market structure, and also trend. It's big on trend. GBP USD I noticed is really, really strong on support and resistance. So if a resistance is found, people are strongly trying to sell. And if a support is found, people are strongly trying to buy. And Euro GBP is just big on volatility because it has the GBP and the Euro, which is London, which means it's a strictly London session pair. And you can see very, very, just smooth movements of volatility. So if the direction is bullish, you can clearly see a strong bullish push during this time or on this pair too. Now, here goes some more intermediate Forex pairs. These pairs are for people who want to see a lot more volatility. It says that these pairs have the potential to move more than 100 pips in a day. It can be very rewarding when price is trending. This means that there are huge surges and huge movements in price on these currency pairs. Pairs like the GBP JPY, the Euro USD, and the USD JPY are just a list of just a few currency pairs that are very rewarding and are very volatile during their session times. My main pair is the GBP JPY, and this pair moves a lot. Like it's a lot of pips generated. It can move from 150 pips to 200 pips in a day. And believe it or not, all you really need is about 30 to 25 pips to make some great money in the market. So that just tells you that there's endless opportunities on these three markets to make some money. And if you even want to not even start with a beginner pair and start with an intermediate pair, I would say go for it, I wouldn't shy away from intermediate pairs because you're new, because it will really boost you up to speed of what the market actually does. So don't be intimidated to try these out and execute a few demo trades on them. And once you made your decision on your currency pair and you think that you may be able to sit here and put a lot of study time into it, this first point says take time to study and master that one currency pair's movement and tendencies. You really want to take the time to study this pair. Study how it moves during different times throughout the day. Study what it does once the pre-market is coming up. Study what it does once the London session or New York session or whatever session starts up. You just want to take the time to understand it. I always say treat it like a new girlfriend. These currency pairs, they all have different habits, different traits. They react differently to certain situations and prices or different areas in price. So like this third point says, the more you understand them and understand that currency pair, the better the relationship is for the both of you. You'll be able to sit there and take advantage of more movements or more opportunities that is presented within that currency pair because you took the time to study and master and understand it, And that's the same way, you do with a new girlfriend. You would take the time to understand her, get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. And when it's all said and done, you both will be happy. So that's definitely a good thing to keep in mind. And this is just a little bit of extras that I want you to keep in mind about when it's about currency pairs and trading overall. The first point is that you want to trade your currency pair's primary session. If you are trading the USD JPY, do not be trading the London session because you're not dealing with the London session pair. The second thing is to study how your pair reacts at its session open. I mentioned that a couple minutes or seconds ago. You want to study how the pair reacts at its session open because this oftentimes is literally like these are the best moves. At the open of the session is when the moves are really popping. People are just anticipating the session to start. And you can see a huge spike in price at this time. The third thing says find a time to trade your pair at the same time every day. This ties into consistency within the Forex market. You want to show up at the same time every day. You want to stop trading at the same time every day. And yeah, it's just really that. It's building consistency in the times that you trade that'll make it more easier for you and for you to sit there and build better daily trading habits. And the fourth and final point says that if one pair isn't working out, there are always plenty of others to choose from. And that's true. There are so many currency pairs to choose from. So if you feel like that one pair isn't really satisfying your needs, you can always find a different one and build more chemistry with that one. But this is the conclusion of this PowerPoint on choosing your currency. I hope by the end of this video you're able to sit there and identify which currency pair works best for you, and you're able to sit there and build a nice relationship with that currency pair. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.